Sunshines, it's summer and today I'm going to be comparing version 1, version 2, and version 3 of the BTS ARMY bomb. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm choosing this time to do this video. Well, there's a lot of hints going on right now that Big Hit's probably going to be putting out a 4th version of the ARMY bomb, considering they're no longer stocking version number 3, and they did mention in a press conference last year about new compatibility with Wepley and stuff. So I wanted to get this video out now, so when they do, or if they do, release a 4th version of the ARMY bomb, I can reference this video comparing these three. It's also really good if you're someone who doesn't really know the difference, or you wanted to collect some of the older ones. This way you'll know everything in depth about version 1, version 2, and version 3. Now I can guarantee that these are all official. Version number 1 I bought on K-Pop Mart back when it was the only version available. Version number 2 I got at Wings Tour, and version number 3 I got at the Love Yourself Tour. Obviously version number 3 I have stuck stickers on if you are looking to customize your ARMY bomb. These I believe are from a shop called I Purple You on Etsy. I will leave a link in the description. I'm going to start by showing you guys the boxes because I think they're really cool. If you're a collector, you kind of get to see the changes between old BTS, new BTS, and then we'll get into the actual ARMY bombs themselves. Now the way I kind of describe the differences between version number 1, version number 2, and version number 3 is version number 1 are like the notes you make for an essay. Your ideas are all there, but they're not kind of like flushed out and make a lot of sense, but you have the base. Version number 2 is the first draft. You have all of your sentences structured, things make a lot more sense, you've corrected some of the points you made in your, notes. And then version number 3 is your final draft that is full out, like, fixed. All of your imperfections are, like, not there anymore. Everything makes a lot more sense, and you have a little bit extra oomph. And you can even see that in the boxes for them. So the first one is a large box, because the first version of the ARMY bomb is bigger than the other two. And then the third version of the box just looks far more professional and eye-catching, and you can definitely tell they have worked a lot harder on this one compared to the other two. Now the other thing I want to note is on the side of the boxes, you have the holographic symbols, and let's see if I can get this camera to focus. So the first one you see, so this is the first sticker that you see, if that wants to focus for me. And that one you can see the BTS, the old symbol. Same with version number 2. They're still using the old symbol at this point. Version number 2 has a more pink sticker though, which is kind of cool. There we go, there's the focus. Yeah, version number 2 has like a pink one, and you notice that they still have that old BTS sticker on it. Whereas version number 3, we have introduced the new one. We have introduced the doors, or whatever you want to call them, but the new BTS symbol is on the third one, which matches the front. So those are the major differences between the boxes themselves. So first I'm going to show you version number 1, and if you're wondering what I'm holding, I'm using exo blotting paper to keep these from rolling around. So we're going to go with version number 1. Now version number 1 obviously is the very first one they've released, and he has a lot of flaws in my opinion, which is good that they've made a second one. I actually bought this for the Wings Tour before they decided to announce a new ARMY bomb, but here we are. So we're going to start with the top. So on top here you can see it does say BTS on it, and it has this kind of like camo pattern along the sides. It also has silicone in the front, the top here. When you shake it, you can hear it. Now at the top you see this little fuse. They used to sell replacement fuses because these break so often, and you'll notice in the other two ARMY bombs these don't stick out, but mine's a little bit beaten up. Moving down, we have ARMY on one side and BTS on the other. You also have these little indents for your finger to hold it, because the top of this one is quite big and does cause a lot of pain if you hit somebody in the head with it. You notice the bottom says open and close, and it has a warning on it in Korean. Then it says, please be careful, any impact on the fuse shape of this product, it will be damaged, which is this part. Go figure. But what it means to open and close it is you pull it like this, the top part comes off, and you have the bottom, you flip it. So this is where the batteries are. It does say BTS and made in China. and you have to unscrew the top, which is a terrible sound. I am so sorry. And the batteries pop out. Now all the A.R.M.Y bombs take AAA batteries. Now what you'll notice about version number 1 is essentially it is literally just a flashlight. There is nothing too crazy about this one. There's no Bluetooth technology. There's nothing like that. It is literally just a flashlight, essentially. At the bottom here you see the bottom part of the flashlight I just had out, and that is what's going to illuminate the A.R.M.Y bomb. And I'm going to turn him off for now. And you also have your wrist strap at the bottom. And that's essentially version number 1. Now we have version number 2. Now version number 2 did have Bluetooth technology, but you can't use it outside of the concerts, and you can't use it with the new concerts anymore. It's kind of obsolete as far as the Bluetooth technology goes. But, you know, he is very special. So at the top you have BTS again, and you have this camo kind of print. You also have these silicone beads in this one. You can kind of see them peeking through that little hole there. And at the top you notice the fuse is now no longer sticking out. So they decided not to put the fuse sticking out anymore. Wow, you are kind of dusty. I apologize. Moving down, we have a silver side to this one and black, where the other one was just black. And you notice that the top part is very, very much smaller, which is good because you can't hit people in the head as much with this one. Moving down even further, we finally have the BTS symbol here. And on the other side, it has the A.R.M.Y symbol. And you notice the A.R.M.Y symbol is the same, I do believe. Yes, it's the same at this point. And you have the wrist strap that just says BTS on it. Now the batteries of this one are different. You actually unscrew the bottom part instead of taking the whole light stick off. And boom, your batteries come out. These are also AAA batteries. And then you can just essentially turn it back on and align it. Now to turn on the light of this one, you hold down this button and it vibrates. And then you can just click through the different modes. We'll get into more of those mode situations in a little bit. And finally, we have the current version of the A.R.M.Y bomb. Once again, mine has stickers on it. Most of these are from that Etsy shop. This one I think I got in a birthday thing for Jungkook. I don't remember. Anyways, they're on here. So at the top you have it say BTS again, and you have that camo, so that has kind of stayed the same. But if you see right on the inside, you see the BTS symbol, and that's the new symbol you see peeking through there. It is put in about halfway down, so you can kind of see it peeking through there. The fuse is once again hidden, it's no longer sticking out. And instead of the silver sides like version number 2, they've gone back to just black, which I prefer. I think it just looks cleaner and more sophisticated. Same size as the version 2 for the top part of the A.R.M.Y bomb. Now moving down, you notice a difference here. So this is the BTS symbol here. This is a new one. It doesn't say BTS like the other one did. And then on the other side, you have the A.R.M.Y symbol, which you don't see on the other one. You just see the word A.R.M.Y. So they just replaced it with the logos. The bottom here is a bit different as well, and you notice I don't have the wrist strap on it. Now, the reason is I can't, for the life of me, get the wrist strap on here. When I was at the concert, many people tried to help me get the wrist strap on. I literally could not get it through this, so he does not exist on this one. And once again, to remove the batteries of this, you just screw it off. Oh, the 7 is coming off of mine. Whoops. And it's the same as version number 2. So to turn this one on, you have a button here. If you turn it up, it will bring on the regular light. If you push it down, it has this blue hue, which will connect to Bluetooth, and I will show you that in a minute. But pushing it up, it will just give you the regular light, and then you can push the actual button, and it will go through the different settings. And that's essentially version number 3. Also, I figured I'd show you the wrist strap for version number 3 because it doesn't just say BTS now, it does say A.R.M.Y on the other side. And version number 3 is the only one that comes with photo cards. I will put a picture on the screen. Those are the only version that came with photo cards, was version number 3. Hi, Editor Summer here. If you are somebody who is sensitive to flashing lights, I would skip to the timestamp on the screen now. I am going to go through the settings of the Lightstick, and some of them are quite strobe driven, so just fair warning. So as far as the actual light goes, version number 1 has 3 settings. You have the standing, basic setting. You have this flash on and off. It's a very slow flash. And then you have a more strobe kind of flash. And to turn these on, you just click the button on the bottom and you have to turn it off and then turn it back on to switch through the settings. Now version number 2 has 5 different settings. So if you turn it on, vibrates, turns on, you have the regular standing basic light. You have a flash on and off, a strobier one, a really stroby one, and then you have what I call the spring day setting, or the fade in and out setting. And for version number 3, you have 5 settings. So you turn it on, you have the basic one once again, a on and off, more of a strobe, a strobier strobe, and then you have that fade in, fade out, or as I call it, the spring day setting. And here's what these look like in a darker setting, so far brighter. You can see it a lot better now. This is version number 1. Version number 2. And version number 3. I love version number 3 far more. You can also see that ARMY symbol in the middle there. And for my own curiosity's sake, I wanted to see which one was the brightest. So there we have version number 1. Hope he doesn't roll away. We have version number 2. And version number 3. Now, one of the biggest differences between the other ARMY bombs and version number 3, and the best part about version number 3, is that you can actually change the colors outside of the concert, which I think is the biggest pro of the ARMY bomb, is that it changes colors. So version number 3 you can control with your phone, and I'm going to show you how to do that really quick. So I have my old iPhone here. He's very small compared to my new one, because my new one is what I actually record my voice on. So you're going to open up the Big Hit ARMY Bomb app, and then you go to self mode. So if you were in a concert, you would just put your seat number and it would connect that way. Then you have to go to your ARMY bomb, turn on the Bluetooth there, keep the two close, and boom, you can now change the color of your ARMY bomb, which is super cool. It's awesome for like Instagram posts or just posts in general. Heck, I'm probably gonna make my thumbnail purple with this. And it's just a color wheel, so you can control it however you like. So tell me which one you prefer, version number 1, version number 2, or version number 3. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, make sure you like my video, and make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Links will be in the description. Until next time, bye guys!